Hello and welcome to the Caymanas Park Highlight Show. In this week's edition, we'll recap selected races from Saturday, August 27 and Sunday, August 28. It was a weekend which saw 19 races on offer. The feature event on Saturday was the Shiza Manita Trophy. This was a 3-year-old and upgraded stakes event. Meanwhile, Sunday's race card included the 10th edition of the ONS Tack Trophy. Let's begin our highlights package with race 4 from Saturday. This was a 3-year-old and up claiming event contested over 1600 meters. The steely Superluminal, ridden by 6-time champions rider Omar Walker, was a 1-5 favorite.
Field and 9, they're off. Then Be Life came off just a bit slow, along with Uncle Vinny now, who begins to run at them. On the outside, Inspired Miracle gets that lead. Superluminal cruising on the rail. Great Wayne tucked in between them as they make their way now toward the final 6 furlongs on the back stretch. Those are the 3 main contenders. Uncle Vinny has now moved down into 4th spot as they charge past the 6. Then Be Life improving on the outside. Old Wharf races second from the back. And last of all, it's Blood Song. They're on the way toward the 5, and up front Superluminal now takes charge as they run past the 5. Inspired Miracle left a length down on the outside. Great Wayne is 2.5 lengths in behind them. Denby Life right alongside him. Uncle Vinny in the orange silks races next, about 5.5 to 6 lengths off the lead. 2.5 lengths back to Old Wharf as they leave the half mile, and the Blood Song remains last. 7/16 of a mile to run. They're in the final part of the bend for home, and Superluminal bounds along with a 1.5 length advantage. A driven Inspired Miracle trying to get on terms. Denby Life is 2 further lengths back. Great Wayne another 2 and down on the rail, but they're coming into the lane, and Superluminal has that lead, stepping just off the fence. Inspired Miracle continues the chase, but thus far it looks to be in vain as Superluminal and Omar Walker now kick with 3/16 to run, and the stick comes out in the right hand as Walker asks Superluminal to really go. A furlong to run. It's Omar Walker and Superluminal. He has changed the stick neatly to the left hand, and Superluminal continues the response by pouring it on inside the final 16th. Inspired Miracle running a good race, but not good enough. Superluminal beats Inspired Miracle. Blood Song runs on to take 3rd. Great Wayne is 4th.
Superluminal, now conditioned by trainer Dennis Thwaites for owner Carlton Watson, clocked 1 minute 42 and 4/5 of a second, going 1600 meters. The day's 5th event was a maiden condition race going 1300 meters. She's My Friend, ridden by champion rider Anthony Thomas, was sent off as the 4-5 favorite.
Holding them. Now they're out. Don Vincenzo gets away at the back of the field. Traditional Lady comes away running. Adenosine is also moving quickly as they lead the 6. It's Adenosine on the outside. She's My Friend in between horses. Millennium Star on the rail, and these 3 in a line as they make their way now passing the 5. Solid Truth is 2.5 lengths back, joined by Anchorman running the rail. Melmick and Traditional Lady race next. A gap of 2 lengths in behind them to Whiskey. A 5-spend Liz is racing on the outside of In the Blue. Don Vincenzo running the rail. Lady Joyce races next. They lead the half mile. A gap opens up of some 6 lengths to Whisper to Me. Mickey C just trails. 3 furlongs remaining in the event, and it's Adenosine skittering along with a 2.5 length lead. She's My Friend and Anchorman in tow and also in chase. Millennium Star is on the rail. Melvick now asked to kick in the orange silks on the outside, but it's Adenosine first into the lane, a 1/4 mile to catch this Adenosine. Anchorman now asked to close on the outside, and he does in a flash and now picks up the lead. It is Anchorman out in front from She's My Friend. Adenosine fades back. 5-spend Liz is running on wide. Traditional Ladies over against the rail. It is Anchorman, She's My Friend, Traditional Lady. Here is 5-spend Liz, Don Vincenzo just in behind them. It's Anchorman and a terrific Tevin Foster. Here is 5-spend Liz launching a late charge, and 5-spend Liz times it perfectly to beat Anchorman. Then Traditional Lady, She's My Friend, and Don Vincenzo.
A massive upset for this maiden condition event as Ryan Darby's 5-spend Liz, the mount of apprentice Matthew Bennett, came home ahead of the field at long odds of 37-1. Anchorman, Traditional Lady, She's My Friend, and Don Vincenzo rounded off the top 5. The 8th event was the day's feature. This was named in honor of two-time Horse of the Year, Caymanas. This event was a 3-year-old and up graded stakes contest covering 1600 meters. Ian Prasad's Jordan Reigns was a hot, even money favorite.
They're off for the Caymanas. She's My Destiny came out at the back. As they make their way now toward the 7, Runaway Algo as expected goes for that lead with I Am Fred. Jordan Reigns is racing out wide. E-Roy in the multicolors racing on the rail. King Arthur just in behind him as they run away now toward the final 6 furlongs. They're followed up by She's My Destiny. Money Monster is next and Hovercraft at the back of the field. They leave the 6. They make their way down the back stretch and head toward the final 5. A Runaway Algo is right on the rail. Out wide, Jordan Reigns. Filling the sandwich, that's I Am Fred. These are the 3 main contenders as they pass the 5. She's My Destiny now beginning to creep closer on them. E-Roy is in a handy spot, 5 lengths off that lead. 2 lengths back to King Arthur, who will be running late. Money Monster is right alongside him, and forget Hovercraft at the moment. They've left the half mile and the tempo now beginning to increase as they leave the 7/16th, and Jordan Reigns has now been set alight and has that lead. Here's She's My Destiny attacking on the outside. A half a length separates them. I Am Fred and E-Roy team up in behind. Runaway Algo is faded back into 5th. Money Monster is 6th as they're coming into the lane, and Jordan Reigns has the lead. She's My Destiny continues to try and get on terms with the leader. Jordan Reigns and the rider quickly changes his hold. It is Jordan Reigns out in front, approaching the final furlong, beginning to skitter away from She's My Destiny. E-Roy in the orange and brown racing on the outside, but it is Jordan Reigns opening up what could be an unstoppable advantage inside the final 16th. It's Jordan Reigns and Dane Dawkins. He'll have his 2nd win, and he wins the feature, the Caymanas Trophy. E-Roy 2nd, Runaway Algo 3rd, She's My Destiny 4th, I Am Fred is 5th.
Jordan Reigns, partnered by title-chasing rider Dane Dawkins, looked comfortable on his way to a 2-length victory. Jordan Reigns posted a winning time of 1 minute 39 and 1/5 of a second, going 1600 meters. The next event was a restricted allowance race over 1200 meters. Was it a great trick to see Gary Subrati's entry sent off at 86-1? Here's a look at race 9 from Saturday.
They're off. Perfect start. Ava Jalen, though, outsped at the back. Legal Bomb took off quickly with Wowtastic. Brompton Alex and Mila's all that right there with Last Bid on the outside. Just in behind them running wide. That's a great trick. Get a Pepsi runs the rail. Baby Like just in behind them. Just about 5.5 lengths separates those. 1.5 lengths behind Baby Like comes the Grey Devonte. Silent Mission is next. Sir Tajay races toward the back. And last of all, it's Ava Jalen as they quicken the tempo, leaving the 7/16th and run toward the 5/16th. Mila's All That is battling for that lead. Last Bid is right there. Great Trick now beginning to join them as they're grouping tightly on the lead and arrive at the 5/16th, and it is a Last Bid, and down goes Mila's All That and the rider as Last Bid turns for home. Wowtastic is now edging over toward the rail. Great Trick now trying to close up on the outside. Widest of all, that's a Get a Pepsi, but a Last Bid continues to lead. Wowtastic switched to his outside. Great Trick racing out 3 wide as they run passing the furlong pole. It is a Last Bid, and Christopher Mamdeen battling Wowtastic here on the outside, kicking in. That's a Great Trick. Last Bid under pressure, and Silent Mission flying over against the rail. It's a 3-way head bob. They've gone by together. It's close. Silent Mission, Great Trick, Last Bid. Get a Pepsi right there with them, and in behind those it looks to be Sir Tajay is 5th. Close.
Radish Roman wielded his wand to land Great Trick inside the winner's enclosure. At long odds of 86-1, Great Trick got the better of Get a Pepsi to win by a head for Derby-winning trainer Gary Subrati. It's now time for a break on the Caymanas Park Highlight Show. On the other side, we'll recap selected races from Sunday, August 28. This included the ONS Tackroom Trophy, as well as the exciting 3-year-old and up restricted overnight allowance race. Welcome back to the Caymanas Park Highlight Show. It's now time to turn our attention to the races from Sunday, August 28. Let's continue our highlights package with Race 1. Devastating Dane Dawkins was aboard the 7-horse One Like It, which was a 2-5 favourite.
They're off for the first of 10. First start, the gifted one outsped at the back. So Ragbar Bappy took off quickly with Jungle Boogie now overtaking, and Jungle Boogie assumes the lead, One Like It rushing down from the 7th draw to go in chase of the leader as they leave the half-mile marker. The Pulse has made good progress, and these are the 3 main contenders up front battling for it, and the Pulse now goes on. Jungle Boogie a length back in 2nd as they leave the 3. One Like It is back in 3rd. 2.5 lengths back to Tigre Express Premier Identity trying to close up on the rail, so Ragbar Bappy. The gifted one taking the widest route, Lady Ben toward the back, and last of all it's True Rally, but the Pulse brings them into the lane. They leave the quarter pole behind. They've got to catch the Pulse holding out to the advantage. Jungle Boogie in between horses. One Like It now produced on the outside, and One Like It assumes the lead on the devastating Dane Dawkins. They drive toward the final 16th, and One Like It lengthens strides and lengthens the lead with every step he takes. Out in front, One Like It coming away and will win effortlessly in the end by 6 or more. Tight. Premier Identity gets the 2nd over the Pulse. Then Jungle Boogie. Lady Ben is back in 5th.
The winning margin was 6 lengths from One Like It, ridden by Dane Dawkins, for trainer Gresford Smith. One Like It sped to victory in 1 minute 2 and 2/5 of a second for the 1,000-meter trip. Jerome Innes was aboard a long shot, aka Storm, for trainer Patrick Lynch. Anthony Nunes' phonometer, the mount of Tevin Foster, was sent off as the even money favourite.
They're off. Slowest away phonometer. She's hold that and potential toward the back. As Friend of the Family shows good dash. Oh So Long now moving down, just 2nd over Code of Conduct, aka Storm, tacked onto the tail end of the front 3 as they leave the half-mile marker. Cotterwood Cathy making ground on the outside of aka Storm. Phonometer is 2 lengths in behind them, accompanied by Call the Emperor, Give Me the Light on the rail. She's hold that now beginning to make some progress. Potential outsped last. They've left the 5/16th. They're coming into the top of the lane. Friend of the Family continues to show them her rear end as they drive past the quarter pole. It's Friend of the Family now being caught by aka Storm, and aka Storm now points. Friend of the Family, does she have anything left over against the rail as they run toward the furlong pole? It is aka Storm out in front as they charge toward the final 16th. Friend of the Family continuing to hold on for a placing. Phonometer is racing out wide in the middle. Oh So Long, but it's aka Storm and Jerome Innes. They win it from Phonometer. Friend of the Family is 3rd. Oh So Long is 4th. Close for 5th between potential Cotterwood Cathy and Call the Emperor.
aka Storm blew away rivals to win by 4.5 lengths. Phonometer, Friend of the Family, Oh So Long and Potential were the top 5 finishers. Race 8 was the 10th running of the ONS Tack Trophy. Contested over 1,300 meters, this was a restricted stakes event which saw Richard Azan's power ranking as a 3-5 favourite.
Ready for a start. They're off and racing in the ONS Tack Trophy. Luxor left at the back of the field early, so it's fighting for that lead. Awesome Rich in front, just from Bus City Light. Racing in 3rd, that is a Yellowstone coupling up nicely. Power Ranking comes next as they pass the 5. Then the pair of Luxor and Recovering, that's 31 Kisses. They head towards the 4 furlong point, and it is Bus City Light, narrowly the leader. Power Ranking now goes right through, and it's Power Ranking and Bus City Light. Power Ranking in front as they come toward the 3 furlong point. Right on the outside, that Luxor coming, 31 Kisses is right there too. Yellowstone comes next. Then comes Bus City Light and laboring at the back of the field. Awesome Rich as they come for the top of the lane. It is Power Ranking and Luxor. These two are fighting for it. Luxor just the leader. Power Ranking not yet done on the outside, on the rail. Coming on the outside, that's Yellowstone. Power Ranking getting rid of Luxor. Also coming on that 31 Kisses. It's Power Ranking in front at the furlong pole and traveling powerfully. Power Ranking still in front. Luxor right there too. Yellowstone coming with a late charge. It's Power Ranking in front and not stopping. Power Ranking goes on to beat Yellowstone, Luxor, and the 31 Kisses.
Dane Dawkins was aboard Power Ranking for the victory in the ONS Tack Trophy. Conditioned by Hall of Fame trainer Richard Azan, power ranking clocked 1 minute 21 seconds flat, going 1300 meters. Race 9 was a 3-year-old and up restricted overnight allowance race. Jerome Innes replaced by Juvenile Patterson aboard 3 times Lucky, while Versatile Vision was a late non-starter.
They're ready. They're off. Fair start. High Diplomacy just left toward the back as they're on the run now toward the 6. Alexa's Lodge wants that lead, so two Big Daddy running quickly, they lead the 6. 3 times Lucky is there, Raw Liquid out wide, these 4 in a tight cluster. Miniature Man is 2 lengths in behind them. The Good Witch races on the rail ahead of the grey Artesia, tugging hard but reserved as they leave the 5. Burn Notice is a length behind them, so John races right alongside Burn Notice. High Diplomacy and Lord of Agilon race up next as they go charging past the half-mile marker. Storm is asked to make some ground but has a lot to do along with the Chinamac, Shaboom and Gambler at the back of the field. They come flashing past the final 3 and make their way to the 5/16th, and Raw Liquid has now oozed to the front. Big Daddy rushing down against the rail. Artesia is racing out wide of horses as they now come turning for home. Alexa's Lodge in behind them, and over on the rail watch a Miniature Man, but they're inside now the last 3/16th, and it is Artesia who surges for that lead. Big Daddy is now continuing the fight and switched to the outside, so John over near the rail right against it. Miniature Man, Raw Liquid has had enough, but they're inside the final 16th, and it is the fleet-footed Artesia who is running away from them. Artesia out in front and sprinting off to win clear. Omar Walker has it, the second for Azan. Big Daddy second over Storm, then Sir John the Good Witch looks to be 5th.
Another Richard Azan entry was inside the winner's enclosure. Versatile Vision, partnered by 6-time champion rider Omar Walker, landed the day's penultimate event, clocking 1 minute 26 and 1/5 of a second for the 1400-meter trip. As we recap another thrilling weekend of racing, it was highlighted by Jordan Rain's victory in the She's a Man-Eater Trophy on Saturday. Meanwhile, Sunday belonged to Hall of Fame trainer Richard Azan, who secured victories with power ranking in the ONS Tackroom Trophy and Artesia in the 3-year-old and up restricted overnight allowance event. This has been another edition of the Caymanas Park Highlight Show. I'll see you next time.